Yo, what's good guys? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how you guys can do a liquid simulation in Blender. Let's go. Okay, so to get started with your simulation, first thing you guys are going to need to do is get your model or mesh in. So for this example, I'm going to delete the normal cube and I'm going to hit Shift A. And for this video, I'm going to select mesh, go down, and I'm going to select monkey. This is a pretty detailed object with nice flow physics. And it's really nice to work with. So we're gonna place him up. Now he does have a low poly, so I'm gonna select him, shade smooth, and boom, he's nice and smooth. So for your actual simulation, there's a few other aspects you need. First, you gotta get your mesh, which we already have. Then you're gonna need to get a flow. You're going to need to get a flow and then a domain. For your flow, I'm gonna hit a Shift A again, go to mesh, and I'm just gonna select an icosphere. You can use any other object, but I think icospheres or spheres in general just fit really well and are pretty good objects. I'm going to optionally shade it smooth. And to make sure that this is a nice animation and simulation, I'm going to scale him down a little bit. Scale him down a lot. So he's a lot smaller. As you can see, it's a lot smaller and it's going to be a little bit better simulating. Okay, so the next part of this is to get your domain. To get a domain, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to wireframe. Now, if this isn't checked already, go ahead and check it. Now, the second thing you're going to do is go to mesh again by Shift A, hover over mesh, and we're going to do another cube. So let's line this cube up, and this is going to be our domain where the liquid's going to be. So just kind of stretch it around and make sure the whole object is covered. You can do this by going in. You can also perfect this a little more by going into edit mode, which is tab. Make sure you have this cube selected before you hit tab. Then just go here on the top right here, next to edit mode, switch to face select right here. You're gonna click the face that you want to edit. Then you're gonna go over here, click to move. Then you're gonna just want to move and stretch to make sure that it fits everything nice. And make sure you can try to make this a bit small so it renders nicely. Make sure it's really important to keep this flow, our flow object, which is our icosphere, to be nice and snug in here. Make sure it's in it. You can go around, make sure you have everything you want in there. And now that we have this set up, the next thing we're going to do is actually make our simulation. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the domain, which is this square that we just made. Select that, go over here to the physics tab or physics properties. Right here on the toolbox, right down here. Now you're going to want to select fluid. Now, after selecting fluid, there's a few different options you'll have. Domain, flow, and effector. We're going to be setting our cube as the domain. This is basically going to be setting where the liquid is supposed to flow. It's going to be setting where it's supposed to be, and it can't really leave this box so it doesn't flow around everywhere. Alright, and then what we're going to do is select our little icosphere, which we did, and this is going to be also a fluid. This is going to go to flow. Flow is going to make the objects basically spout the water. So select this to flow. Then you're going to select the object or your mesh. You're going to select a fluid. Then you're going to select an effector. This is going to make so it affects with your materials. Then you're going to add a collision, which is up here. You don't have to add anything in here. And then this will make it so it interacts with it and makes it nice and cool. So if you now are going to go to start, or you can go right here and go to start and you play it, you'll realize that this is not a fluid simulation. It's just some smoke up on top. And this is because liquid simulations are actually set to smoke because they actually didn't make a separate smoke simulation in here or fire. So they just put fire and smoke into the fluid. So to fix this, click on your cube or your domain. gonna go to fluids, and you'll see where it says domain type. This is set to gas. We want to set this to liquid. So now, if you go and play it, you'll realize that nothing happens, and this is because you really need this, which is our icosphere, to be set to liquid. So after having that set, go to frame 1 and player animation. This will bake it. But as you see, when you play your animation, you'll see that it is just a big blob because the geometry is not yet set, as you can see right there. Basically what's happening right now is our cube or domain is basically turning into this liquid, and it's just going as its geometry. So it's just fitting this shape and pouring it down. To fix this, select your icosphere. Now I'm just gonna go right here. Select your icosphere, and you'll see on the side, it says flow behavior, there's geometry. There's 3 different options. Right now, let's set it to inflow. Now, outflow basically deletes this, the fluid when it's in contact. So we don't really want to touch this. And geometry, like you just saw, is just gonna take the shape of its flow source and spit it out as just 1. So after that, you're gonna go back to 0, and let's watch the simulation. As you can see, it looks pretty good. As you can see, the fluid is flowing down over a monkey head, and it's flowing. But if we go into material mode, and honestly, I'll go into solid, this doesn't look like a liquid. And to be fair, it just looks like the viscosity is really high. And honestly, it just is not too detailed. As you can see, it looks really low poly and very thick, almost like slime. So to fix this, it's very simple. First, you are going to want to go back. Let's go back into wireframe so it's easy. Let's go back to frame 0 and click our domain. On here, you'll see the dimension resolution. This is how high quality it is, basically how many polys it is. It's at 32 on default. Set for a high quality simulation or decently high quality, set this just to 100. Okay, after that, you're gonna want to go down and you'll see, if you click, make sure mesh is checked, make sure, go under mesh, you'll see particle radius. Particle radius. This is basically kind of going to control how far particles are going to be away, which will basically make the simulation look a lot less like slime. But before you do that, go check your simulation. As you can see, and since we upped how many particles, as you can see, it's going to take a lot longer to bake. So let me speed it up for you. Alrighty, so since your simulation has baked, it's going to look a lot cleaner than before. So you can go to the first frame, and this time let's put it on solid mode so you can see the animation just a little bit better without lagging your computer. Alright, and as you can see, it's looking a lot better. It is going to be unfortunately a little bit laggy as you're doing your playback. It's gonna look a lot better, but one thing that is kind of bad is it does look like it has a lot of viscosity to it, which is basically looking like thick and still looks a little bit like slime, but a lot better. So to fix this, all we need to do is, let's go back to frame 0 so you can see our domain a little bit better. Let's go back to wireframe. Let's select this, which is our cube, and then you'll see under mesh, particle radius. If it's defaultly set to 2, I'm going to set this to 1. Now the lower you go, it is going to be a little bit laggier. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go ahead and rebake this. Alright, so once your simulation has baked once again, it should be a little bit cleaner. It looks a little bit more like water. So you can always adjust this, but make sure to just go too low or else it's going to lag really bad unless you have a really good computer. So we can go, let's go into material mode and let's just see how it looks on material mode. As you can see, it looks pretty nice. Now we'll adjust the shading so it'll look a little more like water. To do that, go into your shading tabs, it should be right here. Let's switch into material mode. Select So you're gonna wanna select your liquid. It's gonna be right here. Select new. This is going to add right here. This is what it's going to do. So under principal BSDF, go to transmission. Under transmission, turn the weight all the way up to 1. This should help it with kind of looking translucent. So let's let this kind of flow. Alright, so we got that. So what we're gonna do is we have transmission, its weight. We're gonna add the color, just like this. Alright, so let's go to material mode and let's look at our simulation. So we're looking pretty good, as you can see. So you can adjust the color and kind of make it look even more like water as the color wise. But for now, I'm just gonna stick with a simple ocean Caribbean type style. Not too light, not too heavy. Right here. Alright, so make sure you have your weight up to 100 or 1. This should help it. As you can see, this is on 0 and this is on 1. Don't worry, this is gonna be translucent. It's the viewport. Makes it look not very good. So let's go back to our layout. And if you guys want, this is optional, but you can go to a frame that you'd like to see. So you can go to a frame. For example, I'll go to something like 23 and I will render it as an image. And this will allow me to see, if I can get a better angle. This is gonna allow me to just basically see my water simulation. Make sure that you're going and switch your cycles to cycles and GPU compute. Then next thing you're going to do is go to max samples and change this to something like 100. Then go to render and say just to 100. Alright, make sure on cycles and GPU compute. Go to a nice frame, hit render image. Wait for all the samples. And as you can see, the placement is a little bit bugged right now, but you can see that the water has good reflections. It looks pretty much like water. You can always thin it out a little bit. You can also change the color. You can change lighting, but as you see right there, it looks pretty nice. So the next step you guys want to do is adjustments. If you want to do it, you can if you change the max amount of samples, this will basically just make it look a lot high quality in the final render, but don't change it up too much. If you want to make the water look a little bit better, you can just go to your fluid, go to the physics tab, and you can change dimension, and you can also change the particle radius below 1 and make it a little bit better, but don't do too much. So that's a basic simulation. But there's also one more thing you can also do if you don't like doing much steps. We'll move it to the side and we'll just add in a cube. And there's another way you can also do water simulations or most simulations. Well, you can also do other simulations by doing this. I'll just do a cube for this example, but I will scale it down. Click Object, then go to Quick Effects. And you can actually do quick effects too here. And this is pretty cool. You can do a quick explosion, quick smoke, quick fur, quick liquid. So we're gonna focus on the liquid. And this will basically just set up this as a liquid simulation. So if you were to play this, it would simulate it as a liquid. So what you could do with this is you could sort of do something like this with it, and you can get a easy, quick simulation if you want to just kind of get something on the table if you want. But the only problem with this is it's a little bit annoying to set up because sometimes objects just don't really want to work. It's going to be a problem, and it can be a little bit annoying not being able to select all your objects or just be a little more precise with everything. You may have to edit a lot of stuff, but this is something pretty cool you can look at too if you don't like doing all the other stuff. So it's the same thing, it's just default settings, everything, as you can see, but it looks pretty cool. Now, that is a pretty good way of also doing your simulations if you prefer this way. Alright, so after doing this, all you have to do to get your finished product is simple. All you have to do is go up here to render, make sure you're on frame 1 or 0. All I'm gonna do is go to frame 1, click up here to render, hit render animation. This is gonna render your scene. Now, depending on what you set it to, depending on what you set your end frames to, that's where it's gonna go. And yeah, so that's how you guys can do a simple simulation for Fluid. Rather it's the quick effects or it's doing it by this way. Both work. And peace out. I'll see ya.